Okay, check.
Check.
Checkity check.
All right.
Cocks and balls and balls and balls.
Yep.
Dicks and balls.
Yep.
We've got big balls! We've got big balls! We've got big balls! Nasty big balls!
Welcome to the Raw Dogger Sportscast. I'm Sean Watson.
I'm Ryan Kessler.
And I'm Mark Wade.
Guys, how's it going? Thanksgiving drawing near this week. We're recording here on a Monday.
Beautiful day for Monday.
Yeah, beautiful day for a Monday. And well, it was like Monday, Bloody Monday for us Browns fans. We'll get to that. But before we do, it is Beat Michigan Week.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, what are you saying?
I'm excited.
Sporting these shirts, of course.
I'm not cool enough to have one, I guess.
McChicken and go blow. So, anyway, on the college landscape this week, lot of close games on Saturday. The top four teams really had all really close games. I would say Vegas made out big time. And the one that I really couldn't figure out was it was TCU was only favored by 2.5 over Baylor. I think that really ate up a lot of money for Vegas. So their kicker missed an extra point, made him have to go for 2, which they didn't get. So they ended up winning by 2.
Yeah, that was
the
one ending of that game was crazy. Did
that
you
was
see it?
That was one of the bad beats of the whole season right there. But anyway, yeah, that TCU Baylor game. Of course, the new college football playoff polls don't come out until tomorrow night. Recording on a Monday.
There won't be any changes from last week.
No, there probably
In
won't.
the top 4.
Not in the top 4, but outside of the top 4, Tennessee goes down. Hendon Hooker also with the ACL tear, out for the year, and a lot of people are reporting he may just be done with college football. Must be really, really bad. His career in football might be over, period.
Yeah.
So I just read that story today.
For an ACL?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that was ACL, but the way they were talking about it today.
It did look pretty bad, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Right.
He would have an extra year to come back if he wanted to because of COVID.
Yeah, what year is he? Do you know?
He's already like a 50 year.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, Tennessee basically just got it pushed in against the Gamecocks, no pun intended.
Real nice.
Anyway, so
South Carolina ran out of fireworks because they scored 9 touchdowns. I don't think they played. I think it was after the 7th touchdown.
Yeah, it was like
there was like a firework went off, and then like you could tell like.
Yeah, the final score I think was 63-38.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 9. Yeah.
Jesus.
Woo. Anyway, so much for of course when Hooker goes out. And I don't know who their backup is. Maybe it's that dog that runs along the side.
Joe Milton. Joe Milton, who
is that his name? That dog? Oh,
he was like really high. He played for Michigan back in 2018.
Well, no wonder they got beat.
Yeah, he sucks too.
So Michigan and Illinois, really tight game. I was talking about last week how I thought that might be the upset of the week. I mean, Tennessee obviously was, but inside the top 4, I had Michigan on upset patrol there. And I believe I said to take the points with Illinois. Really close game. I was questioning. I watched the second half of that mainly. Corum went out. We knew that.
I couldn't help but laugh when he got hurt, to be honest. Just because.
Yes, we're true Buckeye fans. We laugh at shit like that.
No, it all stemmed from when Haskins got killed. Seeing some of the comments that like Michigan fans were making about it. Yeah, so just fuck all of them now.
Right.
That's what they all break their legs.
Right. Poor bastards. Anyway, so Corum went out. I really think Michigan got exposed in this game. Now, whether Ohio State's defense can show up like Illinois' defense, that's going to be the next question. And we don't know if Corum's knee is going to be 100% going into this game. So, Johnny, sweep the leg. That's all I can say. But I was really kind of questioning in that fourth quarter when Harbaugh didn't go for it and decided to kick that field goal. And I'm like, wow. I mean, and I got to hand to the guy. That took some guts there to think that he's going to get the ball back.
Yeah, he trusted his defense.
Yes, he did.
Defense has been good all
year.
He
has, right.
I think it was a really tough spot for Michigan and Ohio State last week. Just, I mean, how can you not be
look ahead? Yeah, look ahead.
They're both playing like the JV versions of themselves. Because Illinois is just a poor man's Michigan, and Maryland is what they like. They want to be like Ohio State, spread you out, throw the ball.
Right, but they can't.
Yeah.
Because two of his brothers at the quarterback.
Did you not watch the game?
Yeah, I
was
watched
throwing all over the place.
Yeah, I was. He sucks. Anyway, Georgia, Kentucky, I think that was 16-6.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Georgia was just going to lay it on those guys. So I don't really know what Georgia's excuse there is because they don't really have a look-ahead game. They don't have a game to even look forward to here until the
they got
SEC
Georgia Tech next week.
Oh, boy.
LSU.
If Georgia Tech upset somebody this last weekend, though, didn't they?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what it was. Poor old Mac Brown. Should have stayed retired, buddy. Anyway, and then getting into that OSU Maryland game. Just like you said, you think it was kind of a look-ahead game.
Yeah.
Not really taking a lot.
I don't understand why they didn't take Henderson out earlier. Because he clearly isn't healthy. He doesn't run hard downhill. He's always trying to bounce it outside and hit a home run on every play instead of just taking what the defense is giving you. And look what Hayden did in the second half.
Right.
He's running 6 yards every play.
Well, and I was gonna, I kind of want to talk about. Of course, I want to talk about the upcoming game this Saturday. But keys to victory, to me, it's simple. And I texted you earlier this week about it. You stop Corum, you stop Michigan.
Yeah,
because McCarthy's not beating.
He hasn't proven that he can win throwing.
And McCarthy he wasn't making good throws on Saturday either.
No, and Illinois was pressuring him. I think if Ohio State can get off to like a good start and bring pressure,
right,
he's going to be seeing ghosts worse than Sam Darnold was. I mean, they're going to have him running scared.
And that's the other thing too. I mean, let's say we get up on top of them by a couple scores or 3 scores. So I mean, just saying, I'm not saying it's going to happen. Then they have to start thinking about trying to have McCarthy throwing the ball more than handing off to Corum, even if Corum doesn't go out.
Right.
Because their depth at running back position, this is something I texted you about too, is not what we have.
No, because Dallin Hayden was fourth string in the preseason.
Yeah.
So.
And then Mayan Williams is still kind of up in the air right now.
I think he'll play. I don't think Travion Henderson will play. I quite frankly don't want to. If he's not healthy, then.
Has that been the whole problem with Henderson this year?
I think
just his health?
Yeah.
The entire season? Because he's not the back he was last year.
No. I think he just, runs scared, too.
Yeah.
My dad was saying, though, when he was in high school, he never got hit. Because he was, so good compared to, everybody else. So, he's actually,
Who did he play for in high school?
He went to some school in Virginia.
Okay. All right.
But he's really good in the open field. He had that touchdown on the screenplay. Get him in the open field, throw him the ball on third down. He's good in pass protection. He's just not good at getting the 2 or 3 yards
in between the tackles.
Because he's always trying to bounce it outside
and not to be a homer here, because Cade Stover's one of our boys here back home. But do you feel like he could have gotten more involved in this game? We got away from that.
Yeah, I don't know what.
That was about.
Weird. Yeah. Because it felt like in the third quarter when we got up 14, it was over, and then they took their foot off the gas, and then that stupid delay of game penalty on the 2-point conversion, and then we tried to kick it, and they return it back for 2, and then it's shit, this is a fucking game.
Right.
But
anyway, what do you think the keys to victory are this Saturday morning?
Stop the run.
Same as me.
It's pretty simple.
You stop Corum, and it's. Yeah.
Well, not just him, but their backup running back, who was out last week too, is pretty tough. I mean.
Oh, he didn't play against Illinois.
No.
Then? Okay.
They're just as banged up as we are, and we'll be starting a new right guard more than likely. this week, but I actually watched highlights of last year's game for the first time since last year. Like this,
couldn't stand to bring yourself to do it.
No, but like I was so pissed off after that game last year that I kind of forgot how the game went, and like Michigan kind of dominated us, and we were still only down one score late in the fourth quarter.
Right.
We just couldn't get the stop.
We just couldn't get the stop.
And yeah, so I just don't see them coming into Columbus, and
no, I don't either.
I don't care what the weather is.
I haven't seen.
It's actually supposed to. It's like a 50% chance of rain and 50 degrees, but as long as it's not windy.
That's the. I was going to ask you.
If we can throw the ball, then
Stroud can throw it with some rain.
Yeah.
So
some quarterbacks
can McCarthy
like
throw
a little wet out
I don't think McCarthy can throw the ball with perfect conditions.
Right.
He hasn't shown it. I mean, like I said before, he hasn't had to, but you're gonna have to throw the ball to make some plays on the road, and
as long as we can keep him out of third shorts.
Yeah. Which is what the problem was for us in the first half Saturday. We were getting -1 yard on first down, and then Maryland was just dropping 8 into coverage, and then in the second half we were in 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, and then it just opens up the playbook, and so
is this game still noon?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking back here.
I think Ohio State was 7.5 point favorites.
7.5.
Yeah.
It's up to 8 now. It's up to 8.
I don't care what they can win by 100 or 1 point.
Right. No, I don't care either. Over under's 57. If it's 7.5, it's been bet up to 8 now. So
I don't see it being like a shootout, but I don't think it's going to be like a super low scoring game either.
No, I think
I could see it being like a 31-23. Like I think it's going to be a 1-score game.
I mean, it could be. If Michigan does what they're supposed to do, we can still win. If Michigan doesn't,
then it could get ugly.
It could get ugly for them.
I think it could come down to special teams, to be honest. Like,
and do they have anybody to cover Marvin Harrison?
No, that's been like the weakness of their defense is like
the secondary
not matching up well with. But I think the key is going to be if like they double Marvin Harrison, like
then you go
Emeka Egbuka and other guys going to step up.
Where's Fleming been?
He just hasn't really been getting as many targets.
Right.
But I feel like if we can use the tight end when we get the tight ends involved in the passing game, the offense is just unstoppable.
Well, and it just opens everything up too.
Yeah.
Because then you're having to cover up down underneath.
Yeah.
So, and I agree with you, but I would, like I said,
I wouldn't mind seeing Jackson Smith and Jigba catching punts, because that's been one of our issues this year is muffing some punts. Just put him back there and catch the ball.
What's his status for the game?
They haven't given an update, but I do think like if we had him in there, Fleming's good, but if our top 3 were Egbuka, Harrison, and Jackson, then that's a lot better than with Fleming.
Yes.
He's just not very like shifty or, but.
Okay, so the new college football playoff comes out tonight. Oh, by the way, USC beat UCLA 48-45. I think was the score on that game. So it looked like in the AP poll, at least yesterday, USC moved up to the 5 spot. College football playoff staying the same, at least in the top 4 then.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen?
If TCU or USC, or they both lose,
mm-hmm.
I think the loser of Ohio State Michigan gets into the playoff.
Right. That's what's going to be my next question.
Unless LSU beats Georgia, which I don't see that happening.
Right.
I think Georgia is like.
So do you think? So if TCU loses,
and I think they'll end up playing Kansas State in the Big 12 championship, but that's
they got Iowa State this weekend, right?
Yeah. And then USC, I think will play Oregon.
Well, they got Notre Dame.
Yeah, they could lose to Notre Dame.
They could lose to Notre Dame.
So
if they lose to them, and let's say TCU loses, as long as it's not a blowout in this Ohio State Michigan game, for both those teams get in, and we talked about this, what would be really interesting for me too is that even if the loser of that game is not going to go any higher than the 4 spot.
Right. Yeah.
And that's
whoever
what's,
loses, they'll make play Georgia.
Right. And what's going to be interesting is the winner of that game is probably going to be the 2 or the 3, more than likely the 2.
Yeah.
So it sets up where you could potentially still have that national championship game with Michigan and Ohio State playing each other.
Yeah, I don't think I can handle that.
I mean, that would be. We talked about it
laptop
earlier,
from.
but I mean, just a couple things could need to happen here, and it could happen.
You
That would
also have to trust Michigan to beat Georgia.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. I agree.
They have to play out of their minds.
Right. And that Georgia defense is still that Georgia defense. So, okay. Anything else in college football?
Nope.
Need to cover here. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Browns-Bills. Played at Ford Field in Detroit, once again due to the weather. The 6 feet of snow or so that they got
That was fucking insane.
up in Buffalo. Wow.
I get it at first when they canceled it or moved it. It's like, oh, that's kind of... And then they showed the pictures of the stadium. It's like, okay,
Right.
well,
Yeah,
kind of
no
makes
one was
sense.
doing anything in that.
So,
It still would have been fun to see, though.
yeah. Once again, though, this week, kind of like we did in Miami, and Ryan and I were watching it, and we started off, had a good kickoff return, and went right down the field and scored. Offense looked really good, and then the defense actually was looking pretty good in the first half.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, second half came around, and we started to implode.
I'd say the end of the second quarter.
And
Yeah.
yeah. So
You kind of knew the game was changing right at that point.
I mean, we know Joe Wood should have been gone weeks ago. Yeah. Well, when they blew that one with the Jets,
yeah.
I mean,
Week
that
3.
was just unacceptable. But even we got burned a couple times, even late in that Carolina game that made it close to what it should have been.
Right.
But the other thing I want to get to is Stefanski and some of the play calls. And, we've been kind of, at least Brian and I have been more Stefanski fans. But I'll tell you what, this one's really making me turn a little bit. And there's definitely some plays in there. I mean, that first and goal on the 8-yard line, and you run your first play with Nick Chubb and the Wildcat. I don't understand that play.
No, that was a drive killer.
Now, the counter to that is, but if it would have worked, it would have been great. It would have, but now, on the second and third down, especially the third down,
He had 2 drops that
he
were
had 2
touchdowns.
drops, yeah.
Yeah.
Should have been caught.
Especially the first one.
Well, the second.
Was the second one
the
the
second-
Brown?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one
They were
definitely
both
should have.
dime balls, too.
Yeah, that definitely should have been caught.
Yeah, any of the offensive struggles, I don't think really should be on Brissett at all.
No.
I mean, other than a couple bad picks early in the year, late in games, like, he's played his ass off.
And that's really surprised me. And Mark, I think you were kind of down on Brissett going into the season.
I wasn't down
A
on
little
him. I
bit.
was just saying, like,
But
we're
I
not
think
going to go 7-4 with him.
no. Well,
If the defense had
we
shown
could.
up all year, we
But
could have.
that's been the thing is, we thought we were going to have struggles on offense. It's the defense that's let us down.
Historically.
Yeah, the defense hasn't, but the offense also hasn't been great overall. I think Brissett has been really good, but I mean, the stats can say one thing, but then also like they just stall for like 4 drives,
Yes.
5 drives in a row. It's like there's not any consistency.
Right.
Especially after the opening drive, it's like, God, they look so good after the first couple drives, and then what happens?
They fumble a fucking snap. Kills that drive.
Kills that drive.
Penalties.
Penalties.
Jedrick Wills just fucking letting guys get right in the
I
back
saw
end.
that too. We were talking about that during the game.
Which that shit happens in games. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna blow a blocking assignment. I mean Posick went out literally like after the first fucking play.
Right.
Yeah, that.
So you're down to your third string center at this point, and that doesn't help. He's obviously not a center. He played okay at guard when Taylor was out, but that's big. I think Jack Conklin's kind of cooked at this point in his career. I'm ready to see freaking Hudson play right tackle for us in the future.
Well,
or put him at left tackle and put Wills on to right tackle.
Right. Give him a shot.
Well, that's what he played in college.
Right.
You know what I mean? Again, he made some, like the 2 QB sneaks in a row was idiotic.
That's the other one I was going to bring up.
Shit.
That was dumb.
That was idiotic.
That's dumb play
You
call.
could see it. You could see it from a mile away. It was happening.
It may be one play,
Right.
but you have the best fucking running back in the league. That's just.
But again, they haven't been run blocking well at all the last 2 weeks.
No, but I mean, you could have just
I still like our
thrown
chances.
one out in the flat there.
Something
simple.
If Nick Chubb got stuff there, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Like you'll live with that more.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But I don't know. Stefanski is definitely not a perfect play caller, but he shouldn't have to be.
Right.
The offense was moving the ball. There's drive-killing things that happened.
Right.
But I mean, even late in that game, like let Jacoby cook. Like he's, I think, to the point in the season right now where he's seeing the field very well.
Well, he had his first 300-yard game.
Right.
So.
No turnovers.
No turnovers.
I'm not putting that fumbled snap on him.
No.
That was just a bad snap. And, I mean, like, the defense is just fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like, Grant Delpit, they threw that ball out to the flat on that play. It was like 3rd and 8. He's literally right in front of him, and he lets him just fall forward for like 12 yards.
Yes.
And I've actually liked Grant Delpit the last couple weeks, but, like, there's just plays like that on 3rd down in the red zone. They don't know how to create turnovers. And, you know, the defensive line minus Myles Garrett gets 0 pressure.
Well, and that's something I was going to bring up, too. Of course, there was a picture after the game of Myles Garrett just sitting on the sideline.
Probably thinking that, damn, my prime's getting fucking wasted in Cleveland.
But then, you talk about them not creating turnovers. Myles actually came out, basically, and hopefully we should get this audio up there for you. In the post-game presser was talking about how they're not meeting their goals. They set goals during practice, and they're not meeting those goals. And they're not, potentially what he's saying is they're not practicing the type of drills to create turnovers. The strips, the punch-out balls.
I don't know what that's going to do. They can't stop the basic plays.
Right.
True. It doesn't look like they're practicing at all.
I mean, there was moments in the game. There was more moments in this game than there was against Miami where the defense looked like it was giving a shit. But as soon as they went,
as soon as they get down, it feels like it's over.
They quit.
Yep.
Which is beyond baffling to me because it's not like the offense hasn't shown that it can put points up.
Right.
So it's I don't understand why Joe Woods isn't going. He should have been gone before. He should have been gone before the fucking Cincinnati game. Even though even they played well in that game for whatever fucking reason they play well against Cincinnati.
Right.
I just they gotta show that hold somebody accountable and. Yeah. Prefer needs fired.
Yeah, there's
special teams is atrocious. It's been atrocious since he's been here.
We had that
zero accountability on this team.
We had that blocked extra point.
It was an extra point
or field goal. Field goal. Sorry.
That was huge.
And the first onside kick.
Yeah.
Was fucking awful.
You can tell.
The second one.
They're definitely not practicing.
Dude, yeah.
Could have had.
Dude, that one.
That was a great kick.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it hit him.
He had
it.
Yeah, but the first one was fucking awful.
And I was sitting there telling Ryan, I'm like, if we pull this one off, and do to Buffalo what the Jets did to us.
Right.
And and then it just...
With our luck, we would have got it, scored, and then missed the 2-point conversion because of a fucking penalty or something.
Probably. So...
I'm surprised they didn't go for a 2-point conversion on the first touchdown.
We're definitely on agreement Joe Woods has to be out for next season. Is Stefanski's job safe?
I think it is just because they'll give him a pass for it being Brissett. If it was
that's not the problem.
Right, but still.
The offense isn't the problem. I mean, I was listening to I think it's Brian Burns does the OBR.
Yeah.
I mean, when Sean Payton took that job in New Orleans, the offense was clicking, but that defense was horrible for like the next 2 years. They barely hit 500. and then they get a good defense coordinator in there, then they go on a run, win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So I don't want to pull the plug after year 3.
You just need to bring Greg
No,
Williams
I
back.
don't.
At this point, I think Greg Williams might actually be the guy to do it. They need somebody with more personality on the defensive side.
I feel like if they brought Greg Williams in, which I wouldn't hate, he'd be more of a leader of men than Stefanski is. I'm not saying Stefanski should be fired, because I think we need to see what he looks like with Deshaun Watson. And I don't think Barry would. I think Barry and Stefanski are like
They're kind of joined at the hip.
Yeah, so they're not going to get rid of
Right.
him. But, like, it just seems like Stefanski just needs to be better at holding people accountable. Like, you're the head coach. And at the end of the day, it all falls back on you. Regardless of whether, like, I know he's an offensive guy, and the offense has definitely been better than the defense. But
And it's been a lot better than anybody would have thought it would have been.
Right.
I mean,
it just
it seems like on offense, people are actually developing. DPJ looks like the legit number 2 wide receiver.
He does. He
Njoku
does look good.
looks like
Njoku looks
an elite
good.
tight end.
I forget what I was listening to earlier. It said that it seems like Stefanski and Woods can come up with like a game plan on Tuesday, and then something out of the blue change, and they just don't make an adjustment. The rest, like, we came up with the game plan. We're sticking to it. We're not going to make any adjustments. And like, it sometimes seems like that,
Well,
especially defensively.
That's going back to that. Also, that first drive. You know, it's like that first drive's scripted.
Yeah.
Okay, but do we not have any
Well,
other?
Buffalo absolutely erased Nick Chubb.
He did.
So what?
They did. I mean,
what
yes.
what adjustments can you really do? Like again, Jacoby played well. They moved the ball. They got stopped on 4th down. But when the defense can't keep them from scoring every single
Right.
time they touch the ball,
Right.
then you're just throwing it every down because you have to.
Right.
It's the defense is fucking pathetic.
So what do we? Of course, we're already looking ahead till next season. We're used to this being Browns
I
fans.
told you should have been looking forward to next season after the Cincinnati game, and you held on.
Well, credit to Miles though in that post game presser. You know, he's still not. At least that's what he's saying. You know, he's not giving up right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
but everyone else
What
is.
are you running? Are you
Well,
running?
that's
Run the last
where's
7.
Where's his leadership?
Right.
How's he allowing that to happen?
Are you running the next 7 games straight with wins?
Fuck no.
Huh? I don't.
The defense can play average.
I'll let you shave my beard off on the episode.
If we
we
run 6
win
7
out,
straight.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is, if we go 10-7, we probably still won't make the playoffs.
because we can't beat
We've
a
lost-
conference opponent.
Yeah, we've lost to every team that.
we needed to beat.
Yeah, except for
Cincinnati.
fucking Cincinnati.
So there's always that smidge of hope there.
I mean, if they go 9-8 and miss the playoffs, I would be happier than if they go fucking 5-12.
Right.
which is very possible.
Yo, it's absolutely possible.
I mean, this week against Tampa, I think they have a shot, but you have to play better defense.
The
Yep.
Bucks have the worst running game in the NFL. Well, behind the Rams.
Well,
I'm sure.
Hold my beer.
Yeah.
They'll,
Okay.
They'll
just
run-
like we said last
yeah,
week, the
they'll
fucking
run
Bills
for-
came out here and have 2 running backs over 85
And
yards.
Fournette's not even healthy, but they got that Rashad White. He'll probably fucking
Have
have
a
a
career
career
day.
day.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll
'Cause-
earn a contract after this game.
Once again, play Rashad White in fantasy. DFS. So the other question is, you know, how are we looking next season? I mean, who personnel wise, player personnel.
Well, if we have Prefer and Woods as coordinators still, we're probably another dog shit season.
I might
If we
burn.
have
I might burn my shit along with you.
If
that-
Prefer and
if
Woods
he's
are
on
still
the-
a part of this team next year, I will not be watching a single fucking game.
Like I said, I'm not out on Stefanski, but if it looks like this next year with Deshaun Watson for a full season, get him the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that. I agree with that.
I'm sure, I mean,
Who's out there for defensive coordinators though?
Dude, go,
it
call
doesn't, it doesn't have to be like a big name
No,
guy.
call. I want to see ex-player. Get to Qual Jackson.
Yeah. How about
Doesn't even have to be an ex-Brown player. Just somebody
How
that's
about-
played the position.
here's
played
what
in the
I've
NFL.
been throwing this around in my head a little bit. How about Singletary? I mean, he had that stint with the 49ers for a bit.
I would.
But
be
that
against
sure
it.
certainly seems like a guy that knows
knows
the
how to lead. men.
X's and O's, and he's a leader.
Yeah. And he wouldn't be gunning for any type of head coaching job.
No.
Well, how long has he been coaching at all for the last
No, I
6 years?
I don't know if he's been doing it. No, I haven't seen him anywhere.
But he'd be a guy that would demand
How
respect.
about Zimmer?
I just don't see him coming out.
No.
And
I don't see him going down.
I mean, he'd have a link with Stefanski there.
Yeah, but I think if he's gonna coach again, it's gonna be a head coach. He's not gonna go down to be.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he just doesn't want the pressure of being that head coach anymore. I don't know.
Well, I think he's got like a consulting gig right now
Does
too.
he?
So
Oh yeah, he's with Dion. Bring Prime to fucking be the head coach in Cleveland.
that would be insane.
He'll coach up all the corners.
Well, he's doing a hell of a job at Jackson State.
Yeah, he is. All right, so moving on here.
He'd be a hell of a defensive
Could you
coordinator.
imagine the swag in Cleveland?
Jeez.
All the players would be driving.
Talk about polar opposite him, Stefanski.
We're gonna have like plastic gold neck chain night. Can you just hear him at the podium at the post games? I'm Prime. Yeah, but what? I'm Prime.
I'm fine.
So, all right, moving on here. Steelers Bengals. Joe Mixon goes out.
And Samaje Perine goes off.
Yeah, and Samaje Perine steps right in. 3 touchdowns. Joe Cool with another 355-yard game and 4 touchdown game. So now Mixon went out and Jamar Chase was out. Of course, the Steelers, I still say they're worse than the Browns. I mean, even though we beat them on Thursday night,
they looked pretty good though yesterday in a loss. That was actually a pretty good game.
I mean, the Bengals defense isn't elite either.
No,
It
was
just
still a good game to watch.
Yeah,
is what
it was.
I'm saying. I know you can't give any other team, especially a divisional team, a credit, but
I'm not giving the Steelers any credit
Ever.
So the Steelers, they're done too. The other thing I wanted to bring up though is Kenny Pickett. Is he going to be their guy going forward?
Looks like it.
They'll give him another year.
He looked pretty good yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was.
You have to change out his gloves.
That was probably the best. That was probably the best game he's played all year, to be honest.
Probably. Any other takeaways in that game?
No, I mean Cincinnati has their top running back, top receiver out, but guys step up, and it must be nice to have a fucking team that can win a game on the road.
Right.
Just win a game in general.
Yeah.
Of course,
start 2-1.
Bengals defense doesn't have to be that good, I guess.
No,
when
their
their offense is that
They make stops when they
and they're
do.
pretty opportunistic.
They do. Yes.
They force turnovers, and
Yep.
I mean you can give up 700 yards, but are you forcing teams to field goals? Or are you getting a couple big turnovers in the game?
Yeah, not letting Stephon Diggs run wide open in the end zone.
Oh, that was awful.
Dude, Denzel, I hope we just fucking trade Denzel Ward. That contract is looking horrible right now.
Right.
If you can get somebody wants to give up a first rounder or even a second rounder for him, fucking get him the fuck out of here. He's blown so many coverages this year, it's unreal. And you're in the same defense for 3 years.
Well, didn't he make the Pro Bowl 2 of his first 5 years or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got paid then.
Right, exactly.
These guys don't give a fuck after they get paid.
Yeah, no. That's not the kind of guy you want on a defense then either. So, all right. Ravens, Panthers.
Didn't watch a single snap of this game.
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't either.
Missed about 13 pump fakes.
So, thanks again, Baker, for not showing up for the Browns, even when you're not playing for them. This is a really close game.
What, did you think if the Panthers won, the Browns were going to, catch Baltimore?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we would have had to win yesterday. Close game for the most part. Lamar Jackson with a rushing touchdown late. I mean, Baltimore was favored by 13. Cincinnati absolutely waxed the Panthers. So, I mean, everybody was thinking this was a home game for Baltimore. This was going to happen. But, I mean, it ended up being...
Transitive property doesn't mean shit.
No, it doesn't. But 13-3.
They look like the Baltimore Ravens that I've watched for the last 20 years.
Their fucking defense is a lot better now.
I mean, Baker had 196 yards, but he had 2 picks. So there we go.
I bet the Ravens were happy to see him on the schedule.
Probably.
But hell, this is the best defense. This is the best defense Lamar's had since he's been in the league. They don't have to score 30 points a game for them to be effective.
The Ravens, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, the Ravens secondary, at least early in the season, was not good.
Was banged up, too.
But now, getting Roquan Smith has, like, changed their fucking defense.
Well, they also got the defensive end, too, didn't they? Didn't they get them from... Didn't he go from the Bears?
No, that was to Philly.
Oh, Philly, that's right.
Robert
Never mind.
Quinn.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Speaking of Philly, though, Dominic Sue signing with Philly.
And what's his name? Linval Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got fucking pounded on the ground by the Commanders, and then 2 days later they signed 2 guys to address the problem.
Well, when you're 8-1, people actually want to play for you.
When you have a culture.
So, kind of rounding out the AFC North here. Who's winning that division? Baltimore going to end up winning
Probably
it?
Baltimore, especially because of their schedule.
Yeah.
They have the easiest schedule, I think, and Cincinnati's about to hit their fucking...
The hard part.
Yeah.
The hard part of their schedule.
The Bills, Chiefs,
And for whatever reason,
Cleveland.
we'll probably beat them again.
They still play us.
Well, they play
The
us with
Chiefs,
Deshaun,
Bills,
too.
The Bucks. And they play another playoff team.
By the way, that was Cincinnati's first division win yesterday.
Yeah.
They were 0-3 before that game. So, including a loss to us. So, is Cincy making the playoffs?
I don't see it.
I still don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I mean, I know they've been looking pretty impressive the last couple of weeks, but
Because I thought the Chargers were going to make the playoffs, but they can't find a way to win a close game either.
They
except
can't
against
stay
us.
healthy either.
well, then you got to worry about the NFC East division and
But
how many
those
teams
teams
are
are
coming out
going
of
to
there.
eventually like cannibalize each other. But yeah, I mean,
I
it's
think-
going to be
I think Buffalo,
really
Miami,
tough.
And I think probably New England will probably squeak in.
I don't see the Jets hanging
Could
on.
be.
Just because
So
the
there's
Jets are
3.
absolutely horrible
So
offensively.
then who's getting that other wild card spot? Is it Cincinnati?
Could be the fucking Colts.
Denver?
No.
Hell no. Fuck no.
Did you see the?
Shit, no, man.
Did I don't know if I sent that to you guys. If not, I'm gonna try to send it. But somebody put
Well,
on.
the Chargers are still like 6-4 right now, aren't
5-5 after last night.
they? Are they 5-5?
Yeah.
But they made another. I guess there was a video out there. We'll try to get that on here too, of like other players in the league, like during practice and even post game, are just like roasting Russell Wilson with their comments.
Oh, I love
Did you
it.
see it?
Yeah, I've seen stuff like
It
that.
was great. I mean, they're just patronizing him like the whole way. There's a video of Keenan Allen during practice where he's like, "Let's ride, let's ride, let's ride." He just absolutely roasted him. So, another game. Cowboys Vikings. Cowboys 40, Vikings 3.
Did
Wow.
not see
Yeah,
that
that's
coming.
crazy. Cowboys coming off a tough loss. Minnesota coming off of a big, crazy win. It's like,
Let down game for the Vikings.
yeah.
Another weird spread here. Vikings were actually underdogs in this game, and everybody was on. I mean,
think
the
that
public had to be on the
Kind of
Vikings
shows
here.
like what they think of the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Cowboys are really good.
yeah, they are really good.
Their defense is as good as
Yeah.
I've seen it
Wow.
since DeMarcus Ware was there.
I mean,
Micah Parsons is unstoppable.
Kirk Cousins got sacked 7 times in this game, and T.J. Hawkinson was the number 1 receiver, not Justin Jefferson. For the Vikings.
He couldn't run downfield for more than 5
Yeah,
yards when
before
Cousins
Cousins
was
getting
hit.
ate up. So the Cowboys defense and Tony Pollard though with 2 receiving touchdowns, and Zeke was in the game. He was back this week, so he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Pollard had 2 receiving touchdowns. So you got both your backs with 4 touchdowns total. What do you said? What do you think about this Cowboys team? How far can they go?
I mean, they can go to the Super Bowl with a defense like
Yeah.
that. And
I mean,
their offense is
they
explosive.
might be the most complete team in the NFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Minnesota can beat you any day, but as you can see,
They can also get their shit pushed
Yeah.
in any
Yeah.
day.
because their
Well,
defense really isn't that
And
good.
I think this right now, Minnesota doesn't bother. They wouldn't scare me going into that first round of the playoffs if I'm any team playing them. The Cowboys, yes. So I mean, is Minnesota one and done in the playoffs? Depending on who they
It just
draw, I
depends on
guess.
who you're playing.
Yeah, because if they get Tampa or something, they're going to be.
I mean, there's a good chance that they could still get a first round. You know, they're going to get a first round home game there and win the division. I mean, we're not.
Oh, they're definitely winning the division.
I mean, we're not saying Detroit's overtaking Minnesota, right? We're going to get to that, but. Dan Macho Man.
Only took 4
Campbell
very
there.
close wins for them to figure out how
Right.
to fucking win a game.
Yeah, I don't trust the Vikings at all. Of course, I don't trust Philly at all either. And there's a big game coming up here. We'll get to
Who
that
do you
too.
trust?
I trust that Cowboys defense. I trust that.
Yeah, but do you trust McCarthy?
No, you're right. You're right.
just
Yeah,
too-
that's a valid point. That's a valid
It's
point.
too early in the season to.
But I trust them enough to win that division.
I just feel
They
like in
gotta
the
be-
NFL, it's so about who gets hot. I mean, at this point last year, I would have said you're a fucking idiot if you would have said the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. Oh
So-
yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
I would have said that up to that last
Two
game of the
years
season where they
those
beat
2
the
years
Chiefs.
the Giants won the Super Bowl.
I mean, let's face it, Cincinnati kind of squeaked in there.
Yeah,
You know, and then
but they had all the momentum going in. For
but
that
they
Chiefs
took
win.
even in that first game though. They took everything the Raiders gave
Yeah.
them. I mean, the Raiders are right down there. Carr threw that pick on the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
So, okay, moving on here. Pats, Jets. Of course, we were just talking about the AFC East, how tough that division is. Very close game, 3-3 during the duration of the game. The Patriots returned a punt with 5 seconds left for the win.
Jesus.
I mean, just unbelievable.
Who did that? Was it Deshaun Jackson for the Eagles that year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Giants.
remember that. I remember that.
Tom Coughlin was fucking pissed.
Oh God! You can see his old wrinkly face getting. His nose is brighter than Rudolph's. Going in the holiday
That dude was-
season here, but
That dude was on the hot seat like every year he was the coach there.
yeah. But Garrett Wilson, old ex-Buckeye here, definitely frustrated. Throw that video out there of Garrett Wilson not happy with the offensive output. And then you say, Mark, that Saleh was basically calling out the offensive coordinator in the post game.
And just the offense in general, how it was dog shit. I think
Right.
he said was the exact word.
Great stat for you here. Jets had 2 more punts in this game than Zach Wilson had completions.
Wow.
They had 9 punts. The Jets had 7 receptions, 7 completions of the game.
Yeah, he's not it.
He's not it.
No. I still like
I was going to get to this. I'm going to throw this out there to you. I wanted to ask you, where do you think Baker's going to be next year? Not that I know I keep harping on this Baker thing.
You're so obsessed with it.
I am. But where's he going next year? Where's he going?
What are you
his
trying
couch.
to like say he's going to the Jets?
What if he did?
his
Do you think
couch.
he'd survive in the fucking New York market?
Yeah.
Is he really any better than Zach Wilson? I mean, he's still.
God, I don't know.
I don't think
I
he
feel
is.
like you're so quick to just give up on young quarterbacks, though. I'm not saying that he's
Zach
great
Wilson,
either.
though. I mean, this is his
They
second
also-
year.
Yeah, but he's playing for the fucking Jets.
I know.
And he
I get it.
hasn't played 2 full years. I'm just saying
Now,
you're so quick to give
now
up
Brees
on
Hall
guys.
went out. Okay, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt there.
And he still has
But
a
Carter's no
pretty shitty
slouch.
offensive line.
I mean, Carter's no slouch, and that defense is good.
I'd take Bill Belichick over any young quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, obviously that was a terrible game, but I just feel like you're too.
Yeah, what-
A quarterback could have one bad game, and you're like Dak could have played bad. Yes, are the
No.
Cowboys done on Dak? Are they gonna
No. Yeah, but Dak's like.
Am I right?
Yeah, but Dak's like in his 6th year or something. The only worry I've got with Dak is the injuries.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but
that's
that one
my
was a
worry.
freak injury.
It is.
though.
It
Like,
was, yeah. But I mean, even this year though, he had like that thumb injury that
Oh,
kept him
yeah.
out for a while. So, but you just kind of know. I mean, you're looking at Zach Wilson here, and it's like you just kind of know.
Well, the thing
Aaron
that
Rodgers.
would really piss me off if I was one of the Jets players is like he didn't take any accountability after the game.
Right.
We'll have to pull up that clip of him in
Has
the
he
post game.
has he had a good game this year? I feel like they've been winning.
He's just
completely
been
in spite of
he's
it.
been an absolute game manager. I mean, since he's come back, quite honestly,
Yeah, 'cause
I-
his defense keeps him in every game.
I'd have no
pretty
problem
much.
bringing Joe Flacco in over Zach Wilson. Now, they're not going to do that because if you're planning
No.
on staying with Zach Wilson, But I mean, if you're the Jets and you really think you're going to make a playoff push here,
yeah, definitely Flacco is.
well, I would put Flacco in over him.
Got a ring.
Yeah. And Zach Wilson has Joe Flacco's wife's ring.
Zach Wilson has cock rings.
Yeah, he does. So another stat I wanted to bring up here too, and we have a little graphic we'll put up for this. The Jets average 3.5 inches per play, not yards.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've heard 3.5 inches.
It's true.
Is a lot.
That's true. Right here. 3.5 inches, folks, not yards, per play in the second half. 3.5. And I've got a little Stephen A. clip here I want to play for you.
Why?
But just because it's Stephen A.
Does he make it a racial thing?
No. Kellerman was worse than him. I couldn't stand Kellerman on that show. I mean, Vanilla Ice 2.0. I just couldn't take that guy. So you don't think the Jets are back at the drawing board with the quarterback
probably
position?
not yet. I feel like he probably still has like one more year, but also teams don't have as long of a leash as they used to.
Right.
But I'm sure they'll still give him probably 1 year.
What if Aaron Rodgers wants out?
Oh, they jump on
that. That would be a team that he could go to and make it.
I just don't think he would. I don't think he would survive the New York market.
No.
I think he would do just fine.
He can barely handle the Green Bay media, which is like, I don't even know. Fucking guys wearing cheese heads.
Yeah. Jackie straw hat cheese farmer asking him questions off the cuff. Jesus. All right. Yeah. Lions Giants. Look out. The Lions have now won 3 in a row. They got the banner. They already hung the banner up in Ford Field.
Yeah.
Are the Giants paper tigers, which I've been saying this for weeks.
I don't think so.
I don't think they're good at all. I don't think they're that
I mean,
good.
you have to be somewhat. If you're 7-3, you're not bad.
Yeah, but man.
I'm not saying they're gonna make the playoffs or anything, but
No, they're a well-coached team that is over.
They're overachieving for this year.
I mean, Dable was actually.
They have to be done with.
He seems like
Jones,
a really fucking good coach.
Well, I mean, I think if they would somehow win that division, he would probably get Coach of the Year. But I don't think. I agree with you. I don't think they're making the playoffs.
No, because I think they're about in the same boat as like Seattle right now. Like,
yeah,
their record's better than they really are, but you also have to.
You are who you are.
Yeah, you have to win the games on your schedule.
Right. So Saquon Barkley, though, so Detroit's defense showed up yesterday. And that's been the whole thing. But I'm going to tell you this, though. Everybody has been smoking that Detroit defense. But what was different about the Giants' defense? They're one-dimensional. If you stop Saquon Barkley, and if that's your plan, you succeed, you're going to stop the New York Giants.
Yeah, because they don't have anybody at receiver.
No. I mean,
I think that was the first time in like 5 games that Jones has turned the ball over. That's part of the reason why they're 7-3 is like
he doesn't throw the ball that much though either.
Right, because they don't ask him to do too much.
Yeah, because they don't trust him. But then the other thing is too, with that Detroit D, they showed up. Detroit making the playoffs?
No, but you got to give them credit though. They play hard. Their head coach actually can light a fire under their guys.
I'm going to take a flyer here. I'm going to say Detroit makes the playoffs.
It's probably a little too late. They lost some close games early in the year that if they would have won.
Yeah.
But you got to give them credit though. They're finding a way to win close games, and Campbell actually seems like he has his guys believing.
I think the thing that's going to suck though is they're playing their way out of CJ Stroud, which would complete that offense.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
But I mean, Jared Goff's been playing well enough.
But their offense hasn't really been that bad. Now, of course, they got rid of Hawkinson, which was dumb. But I mean, I don't.
No, their offense.
Their offense has been good.
I'm happy though because I would have hated to see Stroud in fucking Detroit.
Well, Stroud's going to go somewhere shitty.
Probably in Vegas.
He could.
With Devontae Adams.
He could. I still say my prediction is that Aaron Rodgers goes to Vegas, Derek Carr goes to the Colts.
I think the Colts are fucking
I think that's
done.
what's going to happen.
You don't think the Colts are done with the fucking shitty?
I think they'd like to be, but Jeff Saturday there just keeps trying to compete.
Good for him.
Right? But I mean,
he comes off the couch and is a better head coach than half the coaches in the league.
I mean, Irsay just woke up from being drunk one day and he's like, "Oh my God, I hired this guy that actually wants to win." And I mean, they almost beat Philly yesterday.
I mean, do you really think the Colts are going to do the let's go get a veteran quarterback again?
I don't know.
What else are they going to do?
Draft a rookie and develop him?
Well, they got Ellinger.
Jesus Christ.
But
is he developmental?
Well, he did say Texas was back like 4 years ago, and they're fucking not back.
Since
they went from what, Andrew Luck to what,
Carson Wentz to Phil Rivers and Carson Wentz.
They're done with the.
Brissett was in there for a little bit somewhere.
Yeah, and he didn't play half bad when he was there.
I know. He should have stayed with him, probably.
Or they should have just taken care of Andrew Luck earlier in his career, and he wouldn't have said.
Right. Got that offensive line together.
They finally got an O-line, and then he was like, "All right, fuck you,
fuck you, I'm out.
I'm going backpacking through Europe, man."
Right. God. Okay. Moving on here. It is time for our Crying Jordan segment of the week. I'm going to start off here with Tennessee. And I don't know, I might just throw the Crying Jordan on the actual dog. What's his name?
Smokey.
Smokey, that's it.
But all they had to do was beat South Carolina and Vanderbilt, and they're in the playoff. That's literally all.
Are they going to beat Vanderbilt with Hooker out?
I don't know. Vanderbilt just fucking beat Florida.
That's what I mean. How bad is Florida?
Pretty bad.
Chomped down.
They're like 5-5
for a while now.
Man. Yeah.
The ghost of Aaron Hernandez.
I'm telling you.
Literally.
Yeah, right?
And all the people he killed.
Right? So, yeah, mine's definitely Tennessee. Basically, you've eliminated yourself. I mean, you probably would have stayed in there because you didn't have to play anybody, just like you said. Ryan, what are you thinking?
I mean, it has.
Just give it to Joe Woods.
It has to be Joe Woods.
Again? I mean,
actually, you know what? Fuck that.
It really should be Joe Woods every week.
Yeah, he could just be like the week. He's like the yeah.
He's
like
the base.
You know what? He's the collective.
Before our next pod, I'm going to go ahead and make an honorary. I'm going to print out and laminate a Joe Woods Crying Jordan to go right up here. Okay, I might put him right here on Jordan's face.
It shouldn't be the CJ segment. It should be the fucking Joe Woods segment.
I mean, Joe Woods is just. I mean, he's just a given every week.
And like, it's so bad that he's not even gonna get like a fucking position coach job for like 5 years after this. He's probably gonna have to go to college.
Yeah.
And get a job in some college.
Hugh Jackson will hire him over at Grambling.
I'm sure they didn't. I'm not gonna go there.
No, go ahead.
No, I won't go there.
No, this is Raw Doggers.
No.
You can't leave it out.
I'll leave it out.
You'll leave it out?
Yeah.
All right, so what are you going with, Ryan? You going with Joe Woods?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably do one with Joe Woods and Andrew Berry and actually I'll do that and Kevin Stefanski for not fucking firing his ass.
Yeah.
All three of them deserve it.
Right.
So Jimmy.
And Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Might be a montage of all the dickheads that lead the organization.
I'll give mine to Blake Corum.
Are you gonna give him to Blake Corum?
Or his knee.
Well, I think we should just put one on his kneecap.
Put it on his fucking kneecap, which I hope is shredded.
Yep.
Like, you get hurt before the biggest game you'll probably ever play.
Right.
You're a Heisman contender. Watch, I'm probably gonna fucking jinx it. He's gonna run for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Quit. All right. We're going to we move on to our Thanksgiving Day football preview here. Normally, it's always kind of hit and miss with these games, but really, I'm pumped up about all three of these games.
I don't think these games look good at all.
You really?
I mean,
you don't think they look good?
I think the Bills will win by 2 touchdowns. I think like you said, the Giants are paper tigers. What you said, I don't think they'll go into Dallas.
The good thing about it is they're all contenders.
Yeah.
I mean, normally you got.
Except the Lions.
Normally they stick that Lions game. They stick that at the noon game because the Lions are always terrible.
They still are.
Yeah. Well, pump the brakes.
Didn't you say they were only going to win 4 games this year? They've already hit that.
We'll have to go back, but yeah, I think I said either 3 or 4.
So, but I
hope they pull it out.
I think the Bills
They're
Lions.
gonna fucking finish 11-6.
So the Bills Lions game, you think that's just
I think it's going to be a close game.
Detroit will
It'll
play
be a high
tough
scoring
for,
game.
like.
I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Because there's one thing.
I don't know how their offensive line is going to handle Von Miller and that defensive line, though.
Yeah.
That's the big question mark.
Who's better, though? Now we're going to get to this. Who's a better quarterback, though? Jacoby Brissett or Jared the Medium Pizza Golf?
I would take Brissett. What are you talking about?
I would too. Is he going to go to the Colts?
Jacoby Brissett got to a goddamn Super Bowl with Sean McVay.
Yeah. You mean golf?
No, I'm saying Brissett could have went to a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Sean McVay was his coach.
I think
then.
Baker could have?
Hell no.
Okay. All right.
He doesn't know how to throw to wide receivers. That's
right. Yeah, but I think if I'm with you on that. If the Lions can somehow show up here, now here's the problem with
start fast.
Here's the problem with the Bills, though. And I said that the Lions could focus on Barkley. They don't really have a stud running back. Singletary's not that guy. They got that rookie too. He looks pretty good. Of course, everybody looks good.
I mean, and honestly,
yeah, James Cook is
Cook. Yeah.
If the Bills were playing any other defense than ours last Sunday, it's not like they were doing anything special.
No,
Josh Allen didn't look good to me at all.
Yeah. Oh, he was definitely off in the first half. He was missing throws.
Yeah. They didn't hit that many deep shots.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think the Bills' defense was all that last week either, or yesterday.
I mean, they were getting pressure, and they were not letting Nick Chubb do anything.
No, okay.
They were in Brissett's face a lot.
Right.
I mean, he was still making throws with the pressure, but
we kind of shot ourselves in the foot there.
No shit.
On some shit there. No, I'm talking, when you're talking about down there on the 8-yard line, we talked about that. We talked about the double quarterback sneak plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not...
Every week it's something.
I'm not throwing that out on the Bills. I mean, I'm not throwing that on the Bills doing that to us.
No, but they were still getting pressure, and they were still stuffing the run.
Yeah, they did
to
stuff
the supposed, one of the best running teams in the league, which we haven't been for the last 3 weeks.
Right. Nick Chubb's now slipped to number 3. I don't know where he slipped to this week, but slipped to the third rusher of the league.
God, I hope he comes out with 200 yards Sunday, but doubtful.
Well, Tampa Bay's defense hasn't
Vita
really been that great.
Vita Vale
He'll eat
shut
it
down
up.
the middle of the fucking line.
Yeah. Okay, second game though. I'm kind of pumped up about these games because, number one, if there's people that are in the room when I'm still gouging my face with turkey, I can turn myself to this and it'll be happier.
I'll just say this: I'm not a huge turkey guy.
Not a turkey guy.
I'm more of a Thanksgiving sides.
Okay, we're gonna get to that too.
I'm gonna try smoking a turkey this year.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing that this year.
Never done that.
I will say though,
but I mean,
it's fantastic.
I've always been like a ham on Thanksgiving kind of guy.
Yeah.
But the sides are where it's at.
Giants Cowboys, 2 7-3 teams going at it here. Like I said, yeah, I agree with you. Giants are not good. I think the Cowboys are going to stick it to them on this game. I mean, just claw.
I still think the Giants will keep it close.
You do?
Yeah, I think.
they're 7-3 because their defense in the running game.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think?
Even though it was in New York.
Do you think Barkley's going to have any more success against the Cowboys defense than he did against the Detroit defense?
So week to week.
Right.
Well, it's not even that. I don't even think it's about how successful New York's going to be on offense. It's about how successful they can be defensively to keep it close.
Right. Right.
I do like the Cowboys-Giants uniform match. That always looks good on TV.
Oh yeah, those are. I like the Giants. I think the Giants have like some of the best unis in the league.
And then the late game is the Pats Vikings. Who you giving the edge of this on this one?
I don't know.
Is that in Minnesota?
I can't remember. I have to look that up.
I would still give it to Minnesota.
Okay, Kirk Cousins primetime game.
I would think that
Remember
the
that.
Vikings have got to be kind of licking their chops after getting beat that bad, and then they see Mac Jones coming to town.
At Vikings.
Yeah.
Right now, the Vikings are favored by 3. So they're saying...
I just don't think the Patriots, they still don't do anything...
Spectacularly.
But they're well coached, and they usually don't beat themselves. But I just think that's got to be a huge bounce back spot for Minnesota after getting embarrassed.
I'm taking the Pats on that game. I'm going to take them. You got primetime Kirk Cousins folding again. It's like clockwork. Even on a short week. Okay, moving on here. NBA, low NBA segment. Cavaliers back to winning 2 in a row. They're playing the Hawks tonight as we're recording. They were ahead of them after they lost 6 straight. You got that pulled up, Ryan? What's the Eastern Conference standings look like right now?
Cavs are up 3 in the third.
They're up 1.
Cavs are up 1 right now.
81-80, but they are 4th in the East.
4th in the East.
They
had quite the losing skid there. Of course, they started off hot as hell.
Yeah, the Celtics have 3 losses, 2 of them to us.
That's awesome.
I mean, they're working through shit. It's early in the season. I think they're just going to get better and better as the year goes along. I really can't wait to see Ricky Rubio being able to go out there with the second team. I mean, they won. I know Miami was missing a lot of guys last night, but they beat the hell out of them. Mm-hmm. I don't think any of our starters played more than 30 minutes.
Right.
So that's when you got a deep team.
And yeah,
they're they're 10-6. I think they'll get hot again, but there'll be some of these up and downs, especially up until the All-Star break. And I think after that, that's when they'll start playing their best basketball. Just kind of grooving and getting gelled up.
Anything you want to add, Mark?
I think they're gonna have their highs and lows. Getting, like you said, getting Rubio will help because especially on the nights when Garland or Mitchell might want to have a night off.
Well,
can step right in
or have a off night.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they're right around where they're. I think they're a top 4 team in the East at worst.
I think they might be a trade deadline move away from
the Celtics, Bucks. I think the Sixers will end up still getting up towards the top of the East. It's still so early, but I mean they're battling through some injuries.
Who are they going to trade for? I mean, who?
I don't think it's going to be anything big.
No,
but I mean they need another wing player.
Need a shooter.
If Okoro can, he played well last night. If Okoro can just be a decent spot up shooter and keep playing defense the way he does, I think they'll be okay. But that's yet to be seen on a night-to-night basis.
Right. Is there any wing guys out there? I mean, bigger names that the Cavs could try to go and get?
Right now, I'm not really sure. I mean, I think we'll see once the deadline gets a little closer to see if anybody's selling.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's just can't believe how Utah started this year.
I know. Wow.
There'll be something out there that they can do, but if not, I mean, I still think with the roster that they have, they can 7-game series. They're going to be hard to beat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and of course, FIFA has started this week, so we have our expert over here.
Nap time for me.
Mark Wade. No, I'm being totally honest, because I don't know anything about.
I'm not an expert.
Well, no, but you played soccer. I mean, you're more of an expert than we are. I mean, I never even played, soccer on the PS4. I mean, I just know that the checkered ball games go on other teams' net. That's about it. But anyway, bring us up to speed.
Just started.
USA played today, right?
Yeah, and they tied, which.
Now, how does this first round go? Is like a round robin type thing?
You play every
like
team.
the Olympics or something?
Yeah, you play every team in your group of 4
How many
teams.
groups? How many groups are
8.
there? There's 8 groups of 4, so there's 32.
Yeah. And then you play each team in your group. If you win, you get 3 points. You tie, you get 1. If you lose, you get none.
Okay.
And the top 2 out of each group advance.
Advance on.
And then if it's a tiebreaker, it comes down to goal differential.
So then out of these groups, and how many groups are in the actual, or how many games are in the actual group? itself.
You play each team once.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. You said that.
So they played Wales today, and then England Friday, and Iran on Tuesday.
Iran.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
we played two of our big rivals. And England's actually like one of the favorites to win. So like,
really,
even if we don't win, we just gotta like not get beat bad, because it could come after the tie today. It's gonna come down to like the goal differential, and then we gotta beat the fuck out of Iran for more reasons than just soccer,
right?
Or football.
Save the nukes.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge. I mean, a lot of soccer over there playing in the sand. I mean, what's going on?
No, I don't think so.
No,
which is why it's like pretty controversial that like they even got the World Cup.
Right.
But they like bought it because there's like I was telling you, there's so much like corruption. And you said something about I was blaming the refs.
I didn't make that comment.
Yeah, but you don't
I didn't watch it.
If you think there's fixing in like the NFL and like professional, especially like at this stage,
international
like
sports are
fixing is like insane.
So the home team or the home country's Qatar, right?
Yeah, and
tell us a little bit about that.
If you host, you automatically like qualify. Their team's never even been fucking close to making a World Cup.
Have they played yet?
Yeah, the host country is like.
Tell us about
the
that.
Opening game, they got their asses kicked, 2-0.
Now there was
like
a report.
Soccer, that's like a blowout.
There was reports out there that apparently they were trying to bribe.
Yeah.
The other team.
8 million.
Who was it? They were trying to bribe Ecuador. That's it.
They got
$8 million.
All that oil money.
Yeah.
They got all that oil money. That's right.
Which is how they built all those stadiums, and they use slave labor, and there's just a lot of controversy around it because like. Apparently, Budweiser paid like $100 million to sponsor to like have their alcohol sold at the stadium, but you're not allowed to drink in that country. So, and they told the sponsorship like 2 days before the tournament started.
Oh my goodness!
So now and then like they
Budweiser has to be
tons
pissed.
of like human rights violations, and so like some countries are like not even letting it play in their countries. And
I mean, do the women like it?
Apparently, England has like a yacht off of the shore, so they're in international waters, and like all the families and like wives.
They go out there and
party.
They go out there and drink Guinness.
Yeah.
throw their empty bottles out in the ocean.
But
cheerio, Qatar.
Fuck off, mate.
So, what's our chances in this, Mark? What do you think?
I mean, we should have won today. That would have really like helped our chances to get out of the group. But as long as we don't get beat, I think we could beat England. But as long as we could like lose by only a goal, we could get out, because we should beat Iran. I mean, I think England beat them 6-2 this morning.
Wow, Jesus.
So, and then like Germany.
Yeah, who's some other really good
the
teams?
Netherlands, Brazil, and
those are good teams.
Argentina are like kind of the favorites.
Okay.
In England, I think England is like ranked 5th. In the world. So
not Qatar.
I don't know. It's
not Qatar.
No,
they're not. No.
I just like it.
Who's in that group, by the way? Who's in the Qatar group? Just out of curiosity. I'm just you talk about this corruption.
Ecuador, the Netherlands, and Senegal, which is actually like one of the tougher groups.
Okay.
Because Senegal and the Netherlands are both ranked like top 10.
All right.
It's kind of like a lucky draw, to be honest.
Okay. We'll get. I did find out this fun fact. There was going to be more money bet on the World Cup this year than it would be on the NFL.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, this last week.
And I figured you would be kind of interested in it because you can make bets. Like
I did actually. Just not a plug here for mybookie.ag. We'll go ahead and put the link in the YouTube description again. But they have. I think I've talked about the Moneybag bets that's on the front cover of MyBookie. So they're like outlandish bets. I hit one. I've hit a couple of them now though. But you could actually, I think it was a week or two ago, put money in for the World Cup champion, and it basically puts it in a randomizer like a slot machine, and it spits out whatever it does to. Well, I have Argentina.
Oh, then.
So I put $1 on it. I think it paid something like plus $3,700. So I'm going to win $37 if they win it. I mean, I'm not putting any more than
Yeah,
that.
I mean, they're the betting.
I mean, I'm just gonna take that money and just put prop bets on NFL.
Yeah.
So, but you could definitely go. It is very, very fun. Go over to MyBookie, sign up, please. Grab our link from our YouTube and go over there. Man, just make a small deposit, if nothing else. Put some of those money bags in there. They have different ones every day, every week. They have FIFA ones going on every day because I've seen them. Like they'll have some whacked out thing like first goal made, or they have first touchdown by player. I put one in for Dallas, first Dallas, I think, on Sunday, and it spit out some guy. I think he's on the practice squad. It's like, okay, well, I might as well throw in that $1 and put it out and threw it out the window and light it on fire. Okay, so we'll kind of keep you up to date on that. So, kind of a new segment, and it kind of goes along with our holiday here. Thanksgiving again coming up on this Thursday. Happy holidays to all you Rawsters out there. But we have a little game we're going to play here. So I'm going to give a list of Thanksgiving dishes. And you either tell me, I skew this a little bit, either tell me the QB or the team in the NFL, which would be that dish's counterpart in your mind. So I'm going to start off here with stuffing. Do you like it in the bird, Mark? You like your bird stuffed?
No.
No? She did. No, but stuffing. What? Do you like stuffing at all?
I do.
You just don't like it in the bird?
No, I just...
Now, see, I kind of prefer
with some gravy on it.
Right, absolutely. I mean, stuffing's at the top of my list.
I
Really?
agree.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
My mom made some good stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be done right.
Yeah, it's gotta be done right.
I feel like that's with any things like turkey. I've had some really good turkey and really bad.
If you smoke your bird this year, don't stuff the bird and smoke it. It makes that taste bitter. It's terrible. I will tell you that. So stuffing, it's at the top of as far as sides. It's maybe one or 1A for me.
Yeah.
That's just me. So one of my favorites. So I'm going to correlate stuffing to probably Josh Allen.
Seems like he would like stuffing too.
Yeah, he does. He does.
I don't know why. He just seems like someone.
Yeah, he would just
stuff it.
Right. He would use the utensil. He just put the platter there and he buries his face in the stuffing. Or he'd be like a taste tester, but instead of being Pepsi or Coke, he has blindfolded with different cups of stuffing.
Oh, it's a stovetop.
That's a stovetop. That's why he's with oysters. That tastes like the Buffalo paper mill. Okay. Moving on here. Who do you correlate stuffing to, Mark?
Ugh. This is tough.
It is a little tough, but you gotta give me a reason though. So I'm going with Josh Allen because I think it's, like I said, it's a top side item to me.
Well, then I'd probably go with Patrick Mahomes.
He'd be there too.
Yeah.
He'd be my 1 or 1A, between the two of them. Ryan, got anybody there?
Well, stuffing to me is kind of like a C plus B tier.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair enough.
I would correlate to...
Baker?
No.
He's not even in that tier.
No, he's not even in
He's
that
fucking green bean casserole.
I have that on the list, by the way.
I would say that's like Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, the stuffing?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it's good, it's good. When it's not, it's fucking not.
Right. Taylor Heineke could be stuffing, maybe.
No.
No,
Be
not even
stuffing your
him.
mom.
Oh, that's Zach Wilson. Sorry, Mom. The next one is sweet potatoes.
I do like me some sweet potatoes.
That's 1A for me.
Really?
Stuffing's 1B.
Sweet potatoes
And just as of last year.
I would actually like to find the person that decided to dig up the first sweet potato ever and kill them. I do not like sweet potatoes at all.
I didn't until last year.
I hate them. Hate them.
Maybe a little butter. And...
No. My mom used to make them. She'd put sweet potatoes in a casserole dish and melt marshmallows over and pecans. I'm like, oh,
yeah, I wouldn't like
terrible.
The pecans and
or nuts, some kind of nuts, whatever. I couldn't get past the smell of it. But Sweet potatoes, it looks good, smells good, but then you forget that how bad it was the year before and you decide to taste test it again. So it's Lamar Jackson for me. Okay, I'll tell you right now. It looks good, smells good, but in the end, you don't like it. So it's Lamar Jackson for me. But you have a different opinion. You like sweet potatoes.
I do, and I really like. I know he plays for a team in the division, but I like Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Okay.
It's not fair. You wrote fucking notes and have this all.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's hard.
It's hard to come off the cuff. You're right.
I do like me some sweet potatoes, but I don't really eat a lot of it.
Right. So
I
you're
really
saying
go
you
for
just want a little nip.
just a little,
Just a little bit.
Just
the tip. Just the
how it
tip of the
feels
sweet
for a second.
potatoes. Tip of the sweet spuds.
So I think sweet potatoes for me, it would be Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Very good. Very good.
Stat pattern, fantasy quarterback.
Right. Perfect. Worse as the day goes on.
Yeah. Not reheating.
Not good at night. Just good.
Okay. Turkey. And we're going to break this down into two categories, white meat and dark meat.
So
Wow.
does the white meat
This-
have to
this
be a
couldn't
white
go off the
quarterback?
rails.
No, it does not. I knew you guys were going to jump to that right there. No. Has actually no color of the quarterback. It's not. No, it has nothing to do with
The
this.
other white meat.
Yeah, it is. So, to me, I mean, the white meat's good. I'm a dark meat guy, though. I really am.
like
That's
both.
surprising.
I do.
Figured you would hate dark
No,
meat.
and like that smoked turkey. The smoked turkey will get the most smoke flavor in that dark meat. But Patrick Mahomes is the white meat to me. It's the main course of the dinner.
Is it because his wife is white?
No. I don't know. Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
You know,
She is.
as much as you're on TikTok, you don't see things.
No,
of her?
she is looks like Satan. I don't know. It's just
The
a
red
demon.
meat.
Yeah, just a demon. And then Ryan, I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins as the dark meat because I found that like the dark meat's really good, but when you reheat it, it's real slimy.
Yeah.
So it gets it gets worse. It's not good for leftovers, which is like what Kirk Cousins is to me. How about you guys? What do you like the best? White meat, dark meat?
I like white meat.
You like white meat? Got to put the gravy on it, though.
Yeah.
And you hate dry meat.
And in that case, this is going to be within the same division. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert for the white meat.
Okay. All right.
But the dark meat is definitely Russell Wilson because I do not like it, and I do not like him.
No.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. You'll never eat dark meat the same again.
No.
You're gonna see your dark meat in front of a green screen.
Yeah. Doing Subway commercials.
Right. Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Look at my turkey danger witch. Okay, moving on. Cranberry sauce. How you ranking?
Who was? Did you already give?
Oh no, I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry. I
sorry,
apologize. Yeah, that's fine.
My white meat, I do like both. I like anything off the turkey pretty much.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Josh Allen because he's still the man. And with the dark meat, I'll have to give it to Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. Okay.
So,
All right.
I mean, those are the two guys.
Probably your top two tiered quarterbacks there.
Uh-huh.
All right, cranberry sauce. First off, do you like traditional cranberry sauce, like real cranberry chunks? Do you like cranberry sauce at all?
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I like it, but I like the stuff that looks like the can when you take it out. I don't like the chunks of my cranberry sauce. I used to love it as a kid. I mean, but then I'd eat so much of it. It was right up there with stuffing for me as a kid. But you eat so much, it starts turning your stomach, the acidity of it.
Yeah.
But cranberry sauce, to me, is, and like nowadays, it's like take it or leave it. I don't know if I want to make room on my plate to have any cranberry sauce. Tua is my cranberry sauce. I mean, it's okay, but you don't really have to have it to make it matter. Because he doesn't matter that much to the Dolphins. Okay. Mark?
This could be anyone between.
Is Baker your cranberry sauce?
No.
No.
This could be like the Kenny Pickett, Mac Jones kind of vibe.
Baker, I'm gonna put this out there because nobody's hit on him yet, but
Baker's green bean casserole.
is he the shit you throw out in the woods after you skin the carcass? You like took all the meat off the carcass?
Eat it at night. Yeah.
That's exactly what Baker is.
So who's your cranberry sauce?
I'll go with like Kenny Pickett and Mac Jones. I feel like they're
right.
Don't like.
You don't really have to have it.
No, I don't want it.
You don't want it. Don't want it. Ryan.
I just don't eat cranberry sauce, so.
You don't want any of it.
I mean, I don't want any of it. I was gonna say Baker, but again, I don't think he deserves to be on this list.
You don't deserve to even be on the table.
No, he's
at the fucking kids' table.
He's definitely
getting left there.
Right. Well, they're all about the same height as him, so.
Well,
we're sticking him over at Aunt Edna's card table over there in the corner.
I'll give that one to.
He's not tall enough to see the bread, seen all the fixins.
I'll give it to Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Okay. All right.
And fuck you, Mark. Green bean casserole is A1.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's Baker for me.
So green bean casserole, it's okay. I know it's top. Well, Ryan, you know what? You started off green bean casserole. Who are we going with here?
Well, I've already. Let's see here. Well, it's the GOAT, so it's Brady.
Yeah, Brady. Okay, he's the GOAT. He's going the GOAT. Mark, how about you? Green bean casserole.
Baker.
Baker?
Yeah.
It's that bad, huh?
I've had it before and I don't want it again.
Ever.
No.
Ever.
No, I would rather.
See, you feel how I feel about sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Green bean casserole to me is like middle tier of like the sides. So I probably have to go with Andy Dalton.
That's some praise.
He'd be more of like a pumpkin pie because of the.
That's true.
The
That's
color.
true.
Jesus.
Just
That's
the,
true.
The color of it.
Jeez, I thought we weren't going with color in this.
You thought?
Is there like a phobia of gingers? I'm sure there is.
I mean, yeah. And what's funny about it is the two green bean casseroles are on the same team. Jameis Winston, he's a green bean casserole to me. He really is.
Well, he's also the GOAT.
Yeah. Jameis, he would be the kind of side that like you either really want it or you really don't. You gotta just be in the mood for it.
Right.
It's either gonna be really good or really bad.
Right, and I'm pretty sure Jameis would make you tip your plate over after you just put everything down on it and turn it over.
He would introduce crab legs.
Right.
He would introduce crab legs to Thanksgiving.
Fantastic. Crescent rolls or rolls, whatever kind of rolls you really like. Rolls, I think they're a necessity.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're kind of high up there for me. Just a little bit below stuffing for
Especially
me.
if it's crescent rolls.
Yeah.
Crescent rolls are fantastic.
The way to go.
So, what are you thinking? Ryan, you want to lead us off on the crescent rolls?
Those are pretty high tiered. I'm going to give it to Tua.
You're going to give them two of the crescent
MVP.
rolls? Oh my God.
MVP.
Here we go. There we go. Go ahead, Mark. I don't even know what to say.
My crescent rolls are like, if you have it, it's gonna be really good.
Right.
But if you don't have it, your plate's pretty like mediocre at best. And I think that best suits Jimmy Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think that's a great nomination. Mine is Joe Burrow. Because I think Joe Burrow, you need the crescent roll to help clean up that plate at the end. And that guy I think you could give him trash players and he can still be a good quarterback. He can clean up an offense.
He carries the franchise.
He cleans up an offense, for sure. Okay, last one. No, I got two more to go here. I wrote one in. Let's go to this one first. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Main side dish probably of all side dishes.
As it should be.
Right, stuffing.
With good turkey
Yeah.
gravy.
Mashed potatoes, and I'm not talking about that bullshit yellow gravy they used to try to pass off to you with the lunch ladies. I'm talking about,
it was like their snot that they
yeah, it looks like snot. You're right. It looked like goop.
Yeah.
It was like the shit that fell on the kids' heads and that, you can't say that on television.
Down Ladyland.
So, keeps the turkey moist. So, what are you thinking, mashed potatoes? Definitely a staple side dish here.
I'll go with Brady on this
Going
one.
with Brady?
Yeah.
What's funny is I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers, even before you said that. Aaron Rodgers is my mashed potatoes and gravy. And I also think he could also double up for the crescent rolls.
Yeah,
so
if everything else is bad, you know that the mashed potatoes are going to be good. And that's why I go with Brady. Yeah. Like, even if they're not good, they're still good. I feel like you can't really screw up mashed potatoes. So,
what do you think, Ryan? How's the mashed potato hierarchy going?
It's up there. I mean, it's
below green bean casserole, though, for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They both got to be on the plate.
Right.
I'd rather eat like your old chew than green bean casserole.
Blasphemer!
Shame. Shit. I'm going to go Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
He's just steady.
He's about as soft as a mashed potato, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But when they're good, they're good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And finally, our dessert here, pumpkin pie. We're going to throw this out there. Is pumpkin pie your favorite, or would you go with a nice Dutch apple or maybe a pecan?
You got to have pumpkin pie this time of year.
I'm not really a fan. I like lemon meringue and chocolate pie.
Okay. See, I'm a big pecan pie guy.
Okay, yeah.
Pumpkin pie, I can kind of take it or leave it. Whatever.
I like some good apple crumble.
Yep, like a Dutch apple.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Dutch oven.
So, pumpkin pie is a little over the top. Sometimes you just don't really have room for dessert.
Yeah, you do it right.
Right. That's Kyler Murray.
Yes.
To me. Kyler Murray.
That's exactly what
Kyler Murray is my pie dessert.
Yep.
You don't, it's just over the top. Don't really have any room in your head for it.
You gotta get back to playing the video games. You don't got room for that.
Right.
That is great, but I think I just need to give this man a shout out for what has happened this year, Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
Yes, that's a good one too.
All right. You don't have it all the time, but just once a year.
Well,
right.
Once in a career, somebody can pull some shit out their ass like Geno Smith.
Yeah. So since I was gonna say Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And Geno was actually my second.
Okay.
But I think he kind of fits into those two also. But Mariota.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They're still in it.
Yeah.
Yep. He'd definitely be up there. Yeah, he'd definitely be up there. That guy, probably a sweet potato pie for me more. Not good. He's not good. He's not a good quarterback.
Oh.
But, great nominees. Anyway, Ryan, you want to take us out?
Yeah. You guys want to like and subscribe? Leave a comment down below. Please share us on your social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Obviously, we're on here on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, which we are on Spotify, and I'll try to we can put the video on that too as well. So,
Great.
Yeah, thanks you guys for stopping by, and hope everyone has a good holiday week.
Right. Once again, want to go ahead and push the Raw Doggers Sportscast shirts. Got Mark's design up on the front there, and hashtag Go Balls Deep right on the back.
Yeah,
so everybody will know. Yeah. Oh, by the way, deer gun season's coming up. You look great in that opening morning.
Yeah.
So blaze orange, perfect.
Yeah.
Mark, anything you want to say?
I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving.
Right.
Except for Michigan fans.
Exactly.
Especially you, Nate Deaton, you fuck. I love you, Nate.
As our resident Browns Michigan fan.
Yeah.
That had to be a horrible 2 decades.
And I hope Joe Woods forgets to pull out the wishbone. He chokes on it. All right. Thank you, folks. Raw Doggers out.